Hi everyone. I wanted to take you outside and we'll look at the lunar eclipse tonight. Have to be quiet, my brother's sleeping, but setting up the telescope out there and checking it out through that. Can't show it through, the viewfinder here, well, the camcorder here, but I'll take a look and I can at least show you what's happening. It's already getting dark. It's around 11 o'clock. So hopefully you can see that. See, it's just, if I would have came out here a little bit earlier, it would have shut up more. I'll probably put this on a tripod instead of trying to freehand the eclipse. So I have this set up on a tripod now, and it should seem to work. It's not going to be jiggly and all that. It looks pretty cool so far. And it's just starting. It's not, not even a quarter way done yet. Okay, this is with the low light setting. And it's probably a quarter way. I've been playing around with settings and how it looks, and this gives more light. I don't think with this, I even tried the zoom and it wasn't really much detail. So this gives a better option of what it's looking like right now. No matter what setting I use, I can't really get any detail on the surface. I've tried a few different settings, and I guess this will be about the best option to look at it. At least, we get to see the darkness fall over. And this is moving pretty quick compared to what I thought it would be. I thought we wouldn't see this quick of the shadow going across. It's almost like halfway already. It looks like Mars is right next, well, not right next to it, but close to it. There's a reddish type of star, which I'm guessing it's Mars. It's almost halfway already. By the naked eye, on this is about the same, I guess. So that's another look. We'll keep looking at this and wait for the blood orange moon to come. I wish I can show you the detail up toward 3/4 of the way up, and right about now looks like an impact or a crater, and there's all sorts of lines heading away from this, like something imploded and it left a crater, and all the rock and stuff has flown away from this. It looks almost like a North Pole or a South Pole through the telescope, but it looks neat to see it. And this is only a few minutes later. Starting to see some color toward the bottom of it. Some reddish orange there. So this will look really neat when it fully goes all color. I don't want to tape the whole thing. Well, I mean, tape all through it. I'll just give updates. Okay, a few minutes later. It's about halfway, or a little bit less. I'm trying to get the color in. Like right there shows really good of what's happening with the color. I mean, you can kind of see it with the naked eye already. Like right about there. And that's over halfway now. Wow, look at the color on that left side. Now this is back with the auto setting I'm using now. It seems to work the best. Low light didn't. And it's almost like 3/4. The camera is picking it up a lot more than the naked eye. The naked eye looks 3/4 right now of the eclipse. A few minutes later, I just wanted to check what the color is looking like. Oh, that looks gorgeous. It's almost like a pinkish reddish from what it looks like here. Still has a ways to go. The crater I was telling you about, that's already covered up by the shadow, and it's moving across slowly, but every few minutes I have to adjust this on the tripod and that with the movement of the moon and the ground here. If you look carefully, you can barely see it moving. I can see it here. I'm not touching it, and it's moving. Yeah, I'm not too sure if the camera's picking that up, but it's slowly moving across from where, and it went out of focus too, which is weird. Okay, I repositioned it, and it's still, it kind of seems out of focus, but there's not much for it to focus on because it's just a solid light source. But at least you can see the color on the left, and you can see it move. I'm serious. Looking through the viewfinder here, you can see the moon move across. It's moved probably 1/4 of an inch on the screen already. Just that quick. Wow. I've never filmed the moon before. I know it moves, but if you sit here, see, it's already moved that far. And it's almost in the middle of the screen. Yeah, see, it's in the middle of the screen on the viewfinder right now. And it's moved that far already. Wow. To me, this is amazing. You know, I've seen other lunar eclipses, but nothing to, to sit here and monitor it closely as I do on this one, or as I have on this one, I should say. And this is the edge of the moon is just on the other grid line of the middle of the viewfinder, just to give you a perspective. And it's going over across already. It's probably 1/8 of the moon. I'm not too sure how this is going to be picked up on the camera, but of the movement at least, but it's cool to look at. And there's about 1/4 of it. and there's about half. So just to give you a perspective of how the moon rotates around, and looking at it from a standstill point, you can't notice it by the naked eye, because it looks about the same. But if you put a standstill device like a camera on it, you can watch the movement. And it's probably 3/4 now by the naked eye. It shows more in the camera of the light. And there's about, I don't know, less than an eighth. So it's over 3/4 covered with the eclipse. And I try to zoom out a little bit more to at least show you the color detail of it, because zooming in isn't really working that well. See, if I zoom all the way out, it just looks like that. And if I zoom out about that much, see, it still has trouble focusing at times. Right there, it was pretty decent. And another look. It's almost covered. It's looking really cool through at least the camera. The telescope is showing a lot more light up there right now compared to this. I keep switching back and forth to see what's going on. But there's another crater to the right of this, and the eclipse is just coming up to that right now. Another crater was, I spotted it, but it's like, on the curve of the edge of the moon from where I can see it. And through the telescope, it's just a sliver of light right now. There's not much surface area on the moon to light up with the eclipse going over it. Wow, look at the color on that. As long as it keeps focused. And the movement. With both of these, I keep repositioning. Yeah, just a sliver now of light. Even with the naked eye. I was just looking through the telescope as this was still filming, and it's almost covered. And there's just a little bit of light left. But the color is coming out really nice. It looks better in the viewfinder than in person. In person, it's just the underside is more lighter than the toward the middle and the top. And through the naked eye, you can just see like the curvature of the moon lit up. That's all you can see. On here is a little bit more. And that's about it. Right now, you can't see anything lit up on the moon itself. It just barely. But the weird thing about it is the whole moon is illuminated now with the color. It looks like someone's shining a spotlight on it and it reflects off because the whole thing's covered now. Yeah, it looks like an object with the, like you shine a spotlight or a flashlight to something and it illuminates, and you can see the you can see like the ray of light toward it. I'm trying to adjust a little bit. And that's not really in the center, but through the eye here, it's really dark, except for the right hand side and the bottom, which is showing up here on the viewfinder itself. So it's fully covered. I mean, there's no light right now, or at least reflection off the moon. On the right hand side of the viewfinder, it's still showing a little bit, and in looking at it, it doesn't. So it's pretty much covered. There's still a little bit of light toward the bottom right, but it's not like a spotlight hitting it anymore. It's just a subtle glow toward the bottom. You still can see a glow around it. Now, if that's tricks on my eyes, or it still shows illuminated, but I have street lights around here too, so that could be affecting of how I'm viewing it. I've got 2 street lights across the street. But the bottom of it is still illuminated. To an extent, I mean, you know, not bright light, but the glow